Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. Sorry, not quite sure if you guys heard that, but I moved my foot that I got burned on because I can't put much pressure on it, and I hit something under my desk and it went flying and hit the floor. So, not quite sure if you guys heard it. If you didn't, I just totally ratted on myself, but if you did, that's what the noise was. So, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Heather. Welcome. So, I did a little video earlier today on showing you guys the binding of our catalogs. So, or the spiral, having it spiral bound catalogs. I have no idea which way to say that. Neither of the ways sound right, but it is the spiral binding. I did a little short video on it. I only posted it on YouTube. I have not sent the official email out yet, but I hopefully will today or first thing tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And I'm going to show you that when I flip you guys over on what I'm talking about. If you're not entirely sure, then I will kind of give you the rundown. Good evening, Jessica. Welcome. So I didn't get a whole lot of time out in the craft room. I kind of sat in the chair with my foot up most of the day, but it's okay. That's kind of what I have to do for now. But I was able to get out and to do a fun, unique card. I don't know if I've ever done one of these cards before. I can't remember if I have. So I thought it was a perfect kind of idea. It's very unique and it's very cute and super duper simple. If you have a cutting tool, a cutting tool, then you can do this. Okay, let's flip you over and I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let's make sure I am live, which I think I am, but I just want to pull it up on my Facebook. There it is. Okay, so every annual catalog that I get, I have the spiral binding done. I love it for so many reasons. So when you're flipping, looking at something, and you go to grab a piece of paper or a pen, and you take your hand off of the book, it literally flops back over, and then you have to search for the page again. So I like how you can open it and you can see everything. It doesn't interfere with anything inside the pages, and it is literally just a game changer. I went upstairs because it is super duper organized. And I grabbed a couple of my old books. Every single catalog that is up there, I keep all of my old ones. Every one that is up there has the binding on it. So I practice what I preach. I love, love, love it. So this is what the catalog looks like. And yes, I'm sure you're wanting me to open the pages to flip it open so you guys can see it, but I'm not allowed yet. Not until the catalog goes live am I allowed to show the inside of the catalog, but I can show the outside and I can show the binding. So I did post it on YouTube. So if you're not on my YouTube channel, definitely go on and make sure to click the little subscribe button. And I will be sending the email out hopefully today or tomorrow. I've got a couple errands I need to do after the Facebook Live. So we will see if I can get it out tonight. Yes, Team Spiral Bind for sure. Okay, let's do tonight's card. So I am doing the Zinnias, and I've done this for a class, and I should have brought over the designer series paper. I actually don't have much left because I did do this in a card class, so I have lots of scraps. Sorry, I'm just gonna come in and grab it really quick. I probably should order a couple more packs of it because it is absolutely delightful. So here is some of the designer series paper of what I have left. So fun, so beautiful, and just melts in your mouth. I know, not really, but you get what I'm saying. So that's the designer series paper I'm using. And this does have dies, but I'm not using the dies. I am bringing in the double oval punch again. Because the paper is so magnificent, it is so beautiful, I really don't want to do too much to cover up the designer series paper. So without further ado, let's bring in the card we're going to be doing today. So it looks hard, it looks complicating, but it isn't. And the thank you so much is on the inside. So let me bring in the stamp set one more time. Here is the thank you so much. It is one stamp. It is, sorry, somebody's trying to call me. It is one stamp, but if anybody knows me, they know that I like to cut up my stamps. So guess what I did? I cut up my stamp. Now you can take this off and just line it back up and use it as one stamp. But I wanted the thank you on the front and the so much on the inside. And sometimes it's a lot easier to cut your stamp than it is to mask it off or to use the markers to brush it on. So I don't mind cutting them up. So that's the card we're going to be making. And pretty much like every other card I do, it's the same measurements and same dimensions. But this time, I'm going to be using this designer series paper with some Blackberry Bliss. So we have Blackberry Bliss. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So you can go ahead and fold this. Grab your bone folder, wherever it might be. And if you can't find it right away, grab your ink pad and wow, done. It's here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where it's at. We have two pieces of our basic white. This is 4 by 5.25. One is going to go on the inside and one is going to go on the outside. And then we have a piece of our designer series paper, 3 3/4 by 5. You will need to grab your trimmer. Oh, guess what I just found? Hold. Just found my bone folder. It was actually sitting underneath my iPad. That's why I couldn't find it. So you will need your paper trimmer. And my original card that I did for the Facebook Live, the scoreboard or the cutting blade worked. But I brought some extras in just in case it decides to not work because I am on a live. It's usually the way it happens. So I'm going to take my designer series paper and I'm going to put the corners in each of the track. So I have this corner up here and I have the bottom one in the bottom track. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. So now I am going to cut. So now I have two pieces. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it and I'm going to do corner to corner, making sure these are all lined up. There we go. I don't want to lift it up to show you guys because I don't want to move my papers. Close it, and then we're going to cut again. So now we're going to carefully take this off of our trimmer, set the trimmer to the side, and now we have our 4 by 5.25. Our 3 3/4 by 5 piece. You can grab any direction you want to flip them over. So we can do that way, or you can do these two sides. So whichever way you want, you can do. But look how easy that is to do. So now all we have to do is glue it onto a piece of our 4 by 5.25. So I'm going to start by just laying it on here just to make sure I'm getting the right little edging around. And then we'll pick up one at a time and glue it down. It looks a lot harder than it is, doesn't it? And you know what? If it isn't perfect, it's okay. Perfect is what you make it. And I actually think that looks pretty perfect. So now you're going to grab your glue. You can use your Tombow, you can use your tape runner glue, kind of whatever you want. I tend to use Tombow for everything except my 3D items. The 3D items I'll use my tear tape, but 9 times out of 10 I use the Tombow. It's either a love-hate relationship. So there's one. There's our second one. Why is it that there's always a gnat that flies around when I do my live? I think he knows when it's 7 o'clock and he's like, oh, it's time to irritate Sarah. And he does a really good job of it. Okay, there's that one. I think I might have shifted that a little bit, but you know what? It's okay. It's always harder to do things on a live than it is when you're working in your craft room. There we go. Perfect, right? So now I'm going to stamp the inside before I glue it down. My original one I had to flip over because I didn't get it straight. So let's see if I can get this one straight. Nope, did not put enough pressure. That's why there's two sides to a page. Perfect. And while I have the ink out, I will go ahead and stamp the thank you. And using the double circle punch or the double oval punch, I sometimes like to stamp before I punch. So if it's cattywampus, I can make it centered with my punch. There we go. And I already pre-cut the scallops. So if you don't have this, it is retiring, and I'm super duper sad because it is the perfect size for everything. So now we can glue our card down. So put some adhesive on the back. Put this right inside. And I did top my other one with a bow. We don't have any Blackberry Bliss or Gorgeous Grape ribbon, so I decided to bring in another color. So it doesn't always have to match. You can use what you have. And, well, you know what? I'm just going to use the edges. I was going to say I took my dimensionals off my Facebook Live table, but I'll just use the edges of this. We're only going to make 2 cards, so it's not super tragic. So I'm going to peel the backing off, and hopefully that didn't shift, and it didn't. Perfect. I'm going to put this right in the center. And then my first card, I used the Zoo Crew, I think that's what it's called, ribbon pack on the lemon lime twist. And it also has one of our petal pink, I believe, is the ribbon. And there is a little bit of petal pink in here. So I was like, it's going to be perfect. So just tie a little bow. Trim off. Grab a mini glue dots. I think I might need to restock my live table. I'm almost out of mini glue dots too. And put it right there at the bottom. There you go. That is how easy this card is to put together. And I love thank you. I like thanks, and sometimes I do say thanks, but I prefer a thank you versus a thanks. Okay, let's do one more. And then I will let everybody get to their evening. So this is the same designer series paper pack. So first, I'm going to cut corner to corner. And I don't think it matters which side you do first. So which corners, I don't think. So I am just taking a corner, slicing it. Now I'm going to rotate and go corner to corner again. There we go. Pull that off. I just trying to keep them together so I don't confuse myself. The older I get, the easier that is to happen. Okay, so let's flip these two sides over. Okay, so let's put this one down. And I'm just doing this as a guide. And you could skip this and just wing it just by gluing it all together. It does take a couple extra seconds, but like I always say, it's not tragic. Okay, that looks pretty good. As I just shifted them all, trying to pick this one up. There's that one. Scooch that one in just a smidgen. And remember, any of your designer series paper will work to create this card. So if you don't happen to have the designer series paper I'm using, it's okay. Use what you have, because I'm sure all of us have an abundance of designer series paper. And we might be afraid to use it, but don't be afraid. Just use it. It just means we can buy more once it's done. Okay, I'm going to clean these off so I don't cross-contaminate my inks. Let's bring in, there's my Blackberry Bliss. My lemon lime twist was literally just here a second ago, but it looks like it has vanished. So we're going to use Blackberry Bliss. I swear I brought it over. I literally just had it, but it's okay. Oh, you see how wonky I stamped that? We can fix it with the punch, hopefully. Cross your fingers. Oh, and see? Look at me. I cannot stamp today. There we go. Oh, and I bet that's that gnat. Stupid little bugger got on my card. Okay, maybe I'll wait to glue that in because I don't want to send somebody a bug in a card. Not on purpose anyways. Okay, so now I'm just going to line that up. So now it is centered, even though I stamped it cattywampus. And because there's Blackberry Bliss in the designer series paper, I'm actually not too worried about it being a little bit darker. As soon as I close out the Facebook Live, I'll probably find the ink. Good evening, Linda. Welcome. There we go. Let's flip this over. I'm going to trim off the edges. Do you guys use the edges of your dimensionals? Yes, me too. It was so awesome. Good evening, Jennifer. Okay, put this in the center and let's tie a quick little bow. And we are, oh good, Jessica, you do use the edges? I do too. My upline, Heather, she clips hers before she even starts. I'm not that cool. I wait till they're empty and then I go in and clip them, but I do use them. Okay, there's that. Let's grab our mini glue dots and then I'll bring all of our beautiful cards in. Okay, all done. Besides the inside, but if you're just logging on, there's been a gnat flying around and it got on my card, and when I flipped it over, I think I smashed it. Thank God it's dead, but I was not expecting it to smash on my card. That did not make me very happy. Okay, so there we go. Here are our cards that I think are definitely unique, definitely fun, and so easy to do. And that's what I love, is to be able to create things that are fast and easy and beautiful. Love it. Okay, that is your guys' live for tonight. I will be back on Tuesday for another fun card. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I should do a 3D. I haven't done a 3D project in a while, so maybe I'll venture out and to do a box or a bag or something. Anyway, have a great evening. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Tuesday. Bye-bye.